Hey everyone, this is Alex USA Days, and we're continuing Playwright automation with TypeScript. So today in this module, we're going to talk about Codegen Playwright tests. It's module 3, and we're going to get like a brief introduction on how to generate tests, even if you've never written any tests, but using the tools that Playwright has. So we will generate tests using Codegen. We'll understand and clean up the generated test code. We will explore the Playwright assertions created by the Codegen, and we add both positive and negative login scenarios, and we will organize tests using test describe blocks. The command to start Codegen is npx playwright codegen and the name of the web page. And you can see more details on Codegen in Playwright official documentation. All right, so let's get hands-on. Okay, so here we are in our project, and we have some example tasks that we walked through during the Playwright introduction. So there are a couple ways how you can start recording your tests. So one of them would be actually go into the Playwright documentation, and you can look up Codegen in the documentation, and there's a command there. So if you go to Playwright dev /docs/Codegen, there's introduction, and let's just do Codegen. Okay, running Codegen, right? So here we are. Codegen intro running Codegen. So you can do the npx playwright Codegen and the web page that you're trying to do the Codegen. So this is what we're going to do, but there's also another way because during introduction we installed the module for Playwright, right? So if you go to extension, we installed extension. So if you go into the extensions and you type in Playwright, so we have the Playwright test for VS Code installed. Now this extension has some tools, so you should see this test or testing flask, and you can record new or you can record at cursor. So if you're at the web page, you can start recording at the cursor and kind of grab from where you at and continue. If you want to try with the new page, you can just hit record new. So you can see it created test-1 spec.ts, and this file is right here. And now it's recording, so I can go on the new line. There is Playwright Codegen recording is going on, and there is a blank page open. So here I still have to navigate, so I can paste the link and press enter, and you can see how it started the recording. And as I go through this and type things out, it will do the recording for me. Tom Smith, right? And then super secret password, exclamation mark, and then log in. And then here I have the message, and I can say insert text and hit it, right? So it pretty much followed along what I was doing and recorded it, and then I can just hit cancel and the recording will stop. And looks like a bunch of things got outside of the test block, so I need to just cut it out and put it inside, and let's format document. Okay, so now we have the test block, and this was generated using record new using the Playwright extension, right? So, but that's not what we're going to do. What we will do, we will just use the command that they have in their documentation on the web page. So we're going to use npx playwright codegen, and then we need to type in the name of the page here. And we will be going to the Internet Hero Co app. So https the Internet Hero Co app .com/login, and I'm going to just delete this file and let's run it. So pretty much the same thing is going to happen now. However, we see, so it navigates right away. it navigates right away to the page. But now, instead of recording it directly into a file like it was before, it's going to record everything here in the inspector. All right, so the Codegen is going to record everything here. So you see, I clicked it and it recorded the click. Then I'm going to type Tom Smith, and it typed Tom Smith. Then I'm going to go into the password and type super secret password exclamation mark. And you can see, okay, typed incorrectly. And I'm going to hit login button. And I can see there are a couple things that are visible now. I can do some assertion. So let's click assert text. I'm going to assert you logged into the secure area. And let's also assert visibility of a logout button. All right. So now I can just grab all this, highlight it, and copy it. So copy. Let's create a new test file. So a new file would be code. Let's name it codegen.spec.ts. So you have to have .spec for the Playwright test, and then just paste the whole thing in here. In the console, I'm just going to stop. So in the terminal, I'm just going to press Control-C to cancel it out. That's it. So the page stays open, but the inspector is gone, right? Okay, I can close this for now. Perfect. So the test was generated. So let's see what it actually did. So test, we started the test with the test function, right? And then inside of it, something actually got out of the blocks. So this, I'm going to delete this. Okay. So inside of this test block, we have the name of the test. So this is the name of your test, right? So this will be in the quotes. After that, you say async, because async is the keyword that will allow us waiting for everything executing line by line, waiting for the response. So you have an asynchronicity. Not all of the responses coming in the same time, so you want to wait for each step to continue. You need the asynchronous. Then we have a page here. So the page is a built-in fixture in Playwright. So instead of setting up the browser, setting up the context, like configuring everything is done with this page fixture. So before each test, you will have a new page running for each test separately in the browser that you put in the config, and all of this done with the help of this page in parentheses here, right? Inside the around brackets and parentheses. Then we open up the function itself. And here inside the function, we'll have all the steps. So first we say start with await, because again, you have to wait for each step to complete. And the first step that we're doing is go into the website. Then the second step, as you saw, we clicked, we got the text box by the role, and inside that text box, there is a username. So we clicked into it. And again, this whole thing, the locator and everything was generated by the Codegen. Then we typed in, so fill Tom Smith into the username. Then we clicked on the text box with the name password inside. And then we filled the password value. And then we clicked on the login button. And then we come to our assertions. So 2 assertions, we generated one. There should be a text. There's a flash locator, ID flash, and it contains the text you log into secure area. And then another one that we now see once we log in, there is a logout button that should be visible. So all of this was generated. Let's run it. We can run it. I'm gonna delete the example. I don't think we need it anymore. And then in the config, let's see, it's gonna be headless. So That is fine, but it has a bunch of browsers. So let's limit just to one browser. We only want Chromium, so I'm going to comment out the rest. So Control / it's going to comment out. Control S to save. Let's clear the console. So I'm going to run it in one browser. It's going to be Desktop Chrome. And it's going to go to the tests folder right here. And this run all the files there. And there's only one file, Codegen-spec.txt. So we can do npx playwright test. All right. And it's going to execute. And you can see this is the name of your test. So that is the value, the name of the test that we had. And looks like, all right, it passed, and we can click or type in npx playwright show report. So let's do that. And port is already in use. I think show report 0 space 0. Like that, maybe. Okay, so port is in use. Let's see how to check the Playwright report. Actually, we have a Copilot here, so I'm going to check with the Copilot. Report how to select a random port. There's a command to select random port if your port is already busy. Port and set. Okay, so port 0. So you want to do flag -- port equals 0. So if you're having trouble viewing your report because the port is already occupied, you can do it like this. Okay, so here's our test, Codegen-spec.txt, run in Chromium. The before and after hooks, like you don't see them in the code. They're built into this page, right? Inside this fixture, the page. Okay, and here it is passing. Everything looks good. All right, I think we're doing pretty great. All right, let's clear out the console. Okay, so what is next? So now let's generate a test that will actually gonna fail. So we have both a positive and negative snare. So I'm just gonna press arrow up to go back and to the command that opens up the page. And let's run it. Okay, so here's the page open again. And now I'm gonna just type in fail user, and let's type fail password. It doesn't matter. It's something that is just invalid, and I have a typo here. I can see the typo. There's fail password. That is fine. And now we click login. So this will not work, right? The username and the password are wrong. Click login, and then it says username invalid. So we want to assert that this message actually came up. So assert text right here, and then click on the text. Confirm this is the text you want to assert. I'm going to remove the X there and additional space. Confirm it. And that's it. So we have the code. I can just grab the test code and put it here. Okay. So now let's stop the Codegen. So Control C, it is closed. Clear out the console. And let's run a specific test. So let's name this negative login test. So because it fails to log in, and let's name this one as a positive login test. Okay. And now I'm going to do npx again, playwright test, and it's going to run both of them and report. 2 passed, we can see a report. Or if you want to do npx playwright test -- UI, this is going to open up a UI runner, and we will see both of the tests available here. So there's a positive and negative. Let's run them both using run all. And kind of spread this window a little bit. So they both passed, and I can navigate through the timeline here and see what happened, right? So it logged in, went to the page, typed in username, password, hit login, and got inside. And then the negative test. So again, got to the page, typed in fail user, typed in wrong password, attempted login. Then the fail message came up on the screen and asserted it, right? Okay, that is pretty good. So we have 2 tests now. Now, the only thing that you want to do probably when you have multiple tests that run in one module, like they try to test one functionality, and in our case, this is the login functionality, right? You want to put it in the describe block. So this way, you can have more context what's going on, right? What kind of section. So let's ask again. I have a copilot, so let's talk with the copilot. Put both tests in the describe block. So describe block serves as a way where you can kind of group your tests together. And instead of ask, I'm going to do agent. Let's run it. Here we go. And it already recognized that both of the tests are login tests. So it create describe block, and there's a problem. Okay. This is like when everyone says the AI going to replace us, the testers, developers, like small things like that are everywhere. So you want to say test dot describe, right? So describe is within the test, part of the test that we imported from the Playwright test. So test.describe, and we can say login tests. Then there's nothing here. And then both inside the parentheses, we're going to have both. Nothing within the round brackets, but inside the parentheses, we have both of the tests. So here's one, and here's another. Do not add anything. What happened? What are you doing? All right, whatever you're trying to do, I don't like it. I'm not sure, something off. It tries to auto suggest changes that. Let me turn off the agent. I'm just going to put ask. So test.describe, and here we have the block, right? So all we need to do is just put those 2 tests inside the block. So Codegen tests for login, positive, and negative. Okay, let's just grab those 2 and put them inside the test block. All right, click format document. All right, and now we can just go to our runner, npx playwright test, and run this. See 2 tests are running using 2 workers at pass. Let's grab a report. Again, -- port equals 0. Port equals 0. Here we are. So now we have test 1, test 2, and you can see it says Codegen test for login positive and negative, and then positive login, and then negative login. So they're now grouped within the describe block, 2 different tests. And then if you have some other functionalities or some other modules, you can group them in its own describe block. I think that's it. That gets us started with the Codegen and generating a couple scenarios here. Login that is passing and failing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.